Back in March, we exhibited at the Recruitment Agency Expo to showcase our finance offering. While we were there, we spoke to exhibitors and attendees about what's happening in recruitment and in finance right now. The result is this video mini-series. In part one, we're talking about current trends and what the market's looking like. The consensus was that it's a challenging market. Here's Ann Swain, Global CEO of trade body to the professional recruitment market, APSCO, with some background on that.
Now, I've never seen a market like this realistically because there's geopolitical issues, there's different age groups in the marketplace that we've never seen before. Half the people want to work at home, or even more than half. And, there are difficulties with your end user clients and your candidates demanding different things. This hasn't so far been a government that's helping the business agenda out there. I think the national insurance stuff that's come about from the budget, I think it was a poorly thought out budget. I don't think this government realistically, in the short term that they've been in power, have really given confidence to SMEs or indeed for anyone to start their own business.
I also spoke to Nick Russell, Director at Find My Recruitment Funding. Find My Recruitment Funding specialise exclusively in helping recruitment agencies find the right funder for them. Here's what he had to say.
I think domestically it is very challenging. I think healthcare, for example, everything's going to change come April as well with the tax laws. Construction is volatile, but it's always going to be present. IT has taken a huge hit, but it's a very saturated market. However, in my experience, it's bounced back in the US. I think renewables, power, energy is, again, that's something that's actually been plateau, but is growing slowly. We're seeing a lot of interest.
And here's George Holloway at commercial finance brokerage Funding Bay on the challenges SMEs face right now when it comes to finance especially.
I think increased tax burdens are having their impact. There's certainly businesses need more money. Lender appetite is potentially slightly declining, or it's not aligning with the increased demands in funding requirements from UK SMEs. For temp recruitment businesses, the 4% increase in national insurance is having its impact. For permanent recruitment businesses, I'd say less companies are potentially hiring in the permanent space.
So the budget, tax, national insurance and growth stagnation were topics that came up time and again. I also spoke to Sam Radion, Head of Sales at Affinity, about why, with this in mind, efficiency is so important right now.
So this year is going to be a really challenging one for the industry because we've got lots of legislation changes and lots of uncertainty. What we're going to see over the next year is recruitment agencies having to do a lot more with less. So tech is going to be massive, and it's going to be the tech industries that actually show that they can do more with less.
Affinity are tackling that with their system to streamline payroll. A lot of the talks at the expo were about AI, automation, tech in general. It was very much the hot topic of the event from what we could see. Sam and I spoke about this as well.
Tangible proof that the systems are faster, that you can onboard workers faster, that you can do more with that system. So people are going to be looking into it a lot more depth and not just going for, we quite like that one looks pretty, let's grab that one. It's going to be like, prove to us that you are the fastest and that you can do it. Because I think people are definitely looking to sort of reduce headcount in some of the industries.
But that's not to say that AI and innovation is the answer to everything. As Nick Russell told me, the basics are still and always will be important.
It's almost giving people the excuse to not go back to the billing and getting on the phone. I think it's very apparent that AI is prevalent and we can't get away from it, but I think there's nothing better than old school, looking the white of their eyes, ask the questions face to face. Clearly the world's changed after COVID anyway with Zoom, etc. But ChatGPT, I think, is a bit of a corner cutter. Not that I've ever used it myself, Charlie, but it's here, right? It's probably here to stay, but I think there's nothing better than old school.
I also spoke to Ali Braid, the recruitment trainer, about the work she does with recruitment businesses to help them secure placements and ultimately build loyalty.
We know AI is important, we know the technology is important, but fundamentally human beings are the same. So I think there's an argument there for
focusing on the human element more. And again, I think that's what we've been missing a little bit, to increase loyalty. And this has been proven in a lot of my clients that I work with, to increase loyalty and buy-in, and ultimately placements face-to-face is the key in all your interactions.
100%. I think we're finding that as well. You know, we can talk about automation, we can talk about efficiencies 100%, but for us, like, quality of service is always, you know, top of mind. Thanks to everyone who took the time to speak to us and to share their thoughts. Part 2 is coming soon and will be a lot more positive, we promise.